Hello, we're right now here in Canada, and we're making a movie called The Big White. It's pretty much all around us. This movie takes place in Alaska, which is pretty much just up that hill there. But the moment I cross over that border, I can't say hey. Location. So you want to go to Alaska? Sure. To start off, it was supposed to be Winnipeg. Hey, it ended up here. Right now, I've got just a bit of a chill. But it's part of the joy of shooting up here in this land of great power. As we look around, we see many people from Hollywood and say they're making a movie. It is a good thing. Watch us. Welcome. Come to The Big White. I think initially what drew me to it was this kind of black ensemble comedy.
There is an element of that with Paul Barnell, the worst businessman in the world. He's far too nice, and the business is going down the pan, and he's one step away from bankruptcy.
This is Mr. Barnell.
Mr. Barnell, this is John Pogue again, from Municipal Power's Delinquent Accounts Department, and frankly, you seem to be avoiding me.
Oh, great. He's had no business, mainly because he's running a travel agency in Alaska, Great Escapes, hoping that there's got to be people who want to leave in the middle of winter. And with the economy and everything else, he's in bad shape. It's quite the fish. That one didn't get away.
Walking into the insurance office and trying to claim, when he's kind of, he's probably read the small print and probably knows that, that there is this small print that he won't be able to claim on the life insurance, but that's how desperate he is.
Ted, Mr. Barnell would like to discuss his brother's life insurance policy.
I thought it time to move on.
By move on, you mean?
Cash in Raymond's policy.
He thinks that you can collect on a policy, like if you haven't heard from someone, they're presumed dead, therefore I can collect. And he said no.
With no actual body, under Alaskan statutes, a person has to be missing for 7 years before he or she can be legally declared dead. Even though your brother's status is undetermined at this point, there's really very little we can do for you.
But we are extremely sorry for your loss.
Absolutely.
He's clutching at straws, clutching at anything.
I have a very good credit rating.
No, you don't.
How do you know that?
I've got your TRW right in front of me, sir.
He's had this meeting 2 hours ago, habeas corpus meeting, where they say no body, no claim. Suddenly there's a body.
He finds a body. It's not his brother. But hey, in Alaska, what does that matter?
This kind of catchphrase has evolved in the shooting of this incremental thing of the character. Every time he takes the next step,
Once he has the body, he thinks, take it out to the wilderness and convince, once nature has its way, that it's my brother. And collect the insurance money and everything will be wonderful.
and it's how far can I push this? How far can I go? How far will I go?
Oh, come on.
How much easier do I have to make this?
And the answer is all the way, absolutely all the way, because anything for Margaret. The absolute motivation of the character is his unconditional love for Margaret. That is what drives everything. He has no material greed. It is absolute unconditional love, and he's tried everything to find the answer to whatever this condition may be.
Collecting Mrs. Barnell.
Daniel, you pussy little cocksucker. I'll get my purse.
Something's wrong with her. She exhibits sometimes different symptoms of many different things.
Jerk off. Jerk off.
And yet other times can be very rational. But the bottom line is that something's off.
Tell your slut mama I said hi.
Sure will, thanks.
It's a weird combination of child and ferret. You know, that she could be so sweet and then just snap.
Fuck.
On set before the age of 18, no genetic history. Please reference our previous discussion.
We wanted somebody that you wouldn't expect these expressions to come out of their mouth.
Well, why is the fridge in the garage chained shut?
Possum.
Hot pussy.
We wanted the first time you saw that happen for you to sort of be taken back. And that's why it needed to be somebody, once again, that just has a softness and gentleness to them. And Holly obviously suits that.
Let me get a towel.
Don't worry about it. I'd like the next one on the other leg, please.
In terms of actually being an extraordinary actress, I mean, we've seen that in 13, we've seen that in The Piano, in any number of films. In terms of her comic ability, we've seen in Broadcast News, we've seen in Raising Arizona. This is a strange synthesis, I suppose, of her talents. For me, at least, she absolutely breaks my heart and absolutely has me laughing out loud.
Now I see. No, that was Raymond you saw out there.
She, took it very seriously, spent a lot of time researching what Tourette's was or wasn't, what symptoms of Tourette's are or not, because really this woman doesn't have Tourette's. This woman has just got mental issues of some sort.
Maybe it's not what we think it is,
Yeah, maybe it's not.
Maybe it's just stress. There's a lovely relationship of like two people really kind of meant for each other and doing anything for her that is needed. And not ever being like, oh, poor little thing. It's like, no, she's all right. You remember that cruise? You're this sweet, happy person. Kind, giving. I'm sorry, listen, I'm tired.
They say you can't get it all of a sudden, but I did. I really, really did.
I know.
He's grasping at straws, and on the surface it can appear terribly simplistic. Oh, I'll just get her to a warm place, and everything will be fine. All these syndromes will evaporate.
I know things are going to turn around. Call me. I got this feeling. I do. But you have to leave everything up to me, okay? You're going to be okay. I promise.
Robin brought, a softness to it, which only Robin can do. It's, I think, a side of Robin, besides the fact that he's this phenomenal comedian. He has a softness about him and a peace about him that this character needs and warrants, and he's done a great job. He's really brought him to life.
He can transmit such incredible emotion by appearing to do absolutely nothing, and he can on screen he can literally make me cry just by and he's like transmitting some kind of kick me in the head vibe, and he's done it on 2 or 3 occasions during the shooting where it just reduces me to tears quite literally, and I'm not really that soppy.
My husband and I are very pleased by the shot of the dead body. Habeas corpus!
Mark is a cruel English man. I don't know what his sexuality is. I don't care. English, you always worry. There's very little chance he's still alive because I did a search on Yahoo.
I think you could do the Google search.
Yeah, I did a Google. He's got a great sense of humor and an incredible laugh. And my favorite thing is sometimes he watches the monitor like this until they say action, and he opens his eyes and is going, wow. Because he just wants to see it fresh and go like, it's almost like, peekaboo, I'm making a movie. And it's for real, because he really is passionate about it.
Just let that flow a little bit so we can just, because I think we need to help you a little bit there so you don't get quite so far out of the room and feel like you're waiting for it, so we can help you on that, okay?
Okay. He's definitely an actor's director, and he knows how to get what he wants in the most charming, amicable way. And I think the whole set is a lot healthier for it. Mark, upper right thigh. But I don't see it, not on this body. You can see it in the picture here. You see?
Giovanni and Robin have this spark between them when they work. It's so exciting that you just let them roll and just hold as many 2 shots as possible and let them go at each other.
My brother's naked, mauled body in a morgue. That's necromancy. What type of sick company are you running? Working off him, I think I had this kind of... It got to the point where it was just, you just get more and more subtle, and you could bounce things, try anything. And the good news is Mark would let us do it. My father always wanted us to take care of each other, and to be frank, I'm halfway through a sex change, and, I need the tits.
I understand. Fuck. It really is, playtime when you're on the set. Okay, see? Where's the birthmark? You can see it here in the picture. See?
You stole family pictures and you let him tape my brother's naked, mauled body in a morgue?
Mr. Branch, this is...
What company are you running?
This is crazy. All we have to do is dig up the body and check the dental records.
He's made Ted Giovanni's creation, because he's doing things not only where his acting is good, but he's added this whole sort of physical portion to his character that, was completely him. It wasn't not written in the script. His walk, his hand movements, everything about him.
Okay, turns out Mr. Barnell is mortgaged to the nuts. His business is about one step away from Chapter 11. Plus, it's like his brother Raymond never even existed. There's no credit history. There's no nothing for the last 5 years. Plus, the only thing he did after his recent reappearance was get some new ID and a new credit card, but he didn't charge anything.
Wow. Less than nothing.
Okay, well, that's something.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I've committed fraud. It's insurance fraud. It's not, you know, he thinks I murdered somebody. No, just borrowed a body. He's gone. He's not gonna, he'll get a decent burial. It won't be his.
When someone is taken from us at such a young age, we often ask ourselves why.
Bullshit.
It's called the Big White for a reason, so we needed to make sure we had snow. So we decided that we would chase the snow, and chase the snow meant going to the Yukon.
There is a certain kind of pioneer spirit because you really could freeze to death. And there really is a beauty that is so breathtaking that you get out there and everybody, to a man and woman, would be like, wow. It's powerful stuff, and to be there, I'm glad we got to shoot there. We're getting everything clear. Look, boss.
Okay, good.
We shot out in places that, you know, they'd be shooting, and then you'd turn around, and then it'd be a whiteout. In the middle, this fog would come in, and they have to use GPS to find their way to the trucks. And, you know, the trucks are only a couple hundred yards away.
So we're now making up shots. So we brought the camera down here to set up a lovely mountain vista shot. Because just over here is the camera we'll see in a minute. It's a wonderful, huge mountain. It appears to have gone again. But I imagine that if we went up to this, like, you know, huge kind of mountain pass and started shooting one scene every 4 days, that of course the weather would be totally constant for that 4 days and everything would match perfectly. It didn't occur to me that it might be a complete whiteout for 2 of those days, which made it impossible to shoot anything.
And it'd be, you know, zero, but stark and gorgeous. And really, you know, if it's not God's backyard, it's real close.
I think it was, for everybody, as difficult as it was at times, it was a phenomenal experience. It was like an adventure. Besides making a movie's always an adventure, but this was a, you know, whole other level of adventure.
Stay away from our fucking appliances.
Okay, lady, let's just stay calm.
Oh.
I think everyone was drawn to it by the material. They went because it's a strange piece, you know, with all these kind of very eccentric characters. Eccentric characters who somehow, you know, connect to each other through this incident. The people who dropped the body off, the insurance company guy, you know, even the smallest character has, you know, resonance.
You guys like it?
Tastes like a rectal polyp.
An ensemble like this, it's like musicians who all can take a solo but also can play so beautifully together, play off each other and then go off. Like with Holly's character, where you just, it's almost like you're launching her. It's like a ballet where all of a sudden you flick and she flies and then you catch her. And that's what it's like. And all these people are not afraid to leap, and someone will be there. Not always to catch you, but to laugh when you fall.
I just came here to look around, and she started hitting me and yelling at me.
Oh, please.
Is this how you solve our problem?
I didn't have any choice. Just listen to me, okay?
Yeah, listen, if the fat from your neck hasn't stopped up your ears.
We've all been really fortunate. As Holly was saying, everybody's cast within an inch of their lives.
What kind of a man threatens a woman with a gun anyway?
You are so faking it.
You should know.
You get a really interesting view of humanity, and you get if all the laughs work, it's a really interesting adult comedy. With kind of, you know, darker themes, but funny.
Are you having a party?
There's no party. Put my wife on the phone.
Sir, that's not right.
30, sorry. Starting now.
This is a pretty outrageous idea to think you can pull this off. But it's, you know, driven by that thing for her.
I think it's really about a man who's prepared to go to any lengths to make his love, who is his wife, happy and comfortable and feel well.
Sweetheart, why don't you go sit in the car and warm up, okay?
Okie dokie, Smokey.
It's all my wildest dreams come true to have a script like this.
She's been under a lot of stress lately.
And a cast like this and a crew like this to work with. And, you know, if it's an appalling film, there's nobody to blame but myself. And I suppose that's the scary thing. I've got no one to blame.
Working on this has been tough. But it's been an amazing experience.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I think it's going to be something that I'm really proud of.
This is actually the first time we've been able to see the mountains in a week. The last time I spoke to you, I think we were just starting to get a bit screwed. Since then, we've been screwed daily.